Hello, beautiful. I hope all is well, and today is another beautiful day for you. And I am coming with a recording of another wonderful podcast episode on our podcast, Love Goddess Podcast, intended for you to tap into your inner love goddess and really awaken that empowered woman within yourself first. And then only from that place, or only from that empowered place of claiming your self-worth, your desires, your truth, you are able to step into owning your sexuality. And then unlimited possibilities are available for you because your sexuality is your creative power. And so on today's episode of our Love Goddess podcast, I want to talk to you about the way you dress. The way you dress is very, very important due to the fact that the way you dress really expresses who you are. And women can argue with me, but it is the truth that what it is that you put on your body reflects how you feel about yourself. It reflects how you see yourself in the world, and it is a nonverbal communication to the outside world of who you are, what you are about, how you want to be perceived, expressed, and how you want others to reflect back to you. So all of that is happening simply because you decided to buy this specific outfit and to wear this specific outfit. And if you love fashion, that's wonderful. Stay tuned. But this podcast episode is actually for women who are dressing down. They are afraid to express their full self because stepping into their own authentic self requires courage. And a lot of women are really feeling strongly that they may not be accepted for who they are. And so all of this is in regards to also a workshop that we are doing on self-love. I'm kicking off on October 17th. More on this later. And within the self-love, there is that little piece of how you dress up and how you show up in the world. If you are connected to your desires, your dream, to your authentic truth, to who you are, you loving yourself, you know exactly what you're about, you would express that in the way you dress up. And if you are beaten up by the worlds and the judgments, and you're afraid to really step into wanting to wear something short and sexy, but then you remember your mom or your boyfriend at a time told you that you're gonna look like a slut if you wear this short skirt, and you are still living in the past by their fears and their ideas, and it is contradicting what your heart is telling you to do. You feel like you want to put on the lingerie. How many women come here to our Love Goddess studio and tell me that just going shopping for lingerie is like this huge process for them of like even being able to step into the realm of looking something sexy for themselves, right? A lot of women also would come and tell me like the word sexy and the word don't correspond. They don't match. Like sexy is something else out there, and this is me. I'm just a goofball, right? And so a lot of women don't associate themselves with sexy. And that's the majority of women. And then there's a little bit of a minority piece of women who are like, I am sexy. I can show up as sexy, right? But the majority of women, and I wish I could tell you the percentage, but I would say it's going to be in the 90s, like the 90% of women would be like, sexy? Oh no, sexy is not me, right? And then there's this little portion of women who embraced that, accepted that, unapologetically stepped into their sexy. They have practiced their sense of self-love. They have followed their dreams and desires, that they have followed their heart. They have followed what their heart told me what they want to wear. Right? And so, but the rest of us, we go by what is acceptable to wear. We go by also what's out there in the stores nowadays, right? And so, the problem here is that what I see, women come and dress themselves up in these baggy clothes. In these baggy clothes, they're comfortable, don't argue about it, but there's no shape, they're shapeless. And women are literally hiding themselves behind the baggy clothes. Women are being afraid to be seen. They are ashamed of their bodies, and they are afraid to be seen for their bodies because they're ashamed of their bodies, because the society has done such a great favor to us by bombarding us with the images of beautiful women. And so a lot of women think that this is what the good body is supposed to look like, and what is in majority of women does not match that ideal standard of what we see on Instagram and in magazines and everywhere else. Also, women did not have the experience I had a pleasure of, growing up in Russia, seeing the cultural, we have these bathhouses. They're like these wooden houses where it's just more of it's not that we don't have like bathtubs, but it's just the cultural aspect of like going into a hot house and just like sweating it out, just like saunas, right? But in Russian culture, it's more of a wet, not so much dry version of it, but a wet version of it. And in the past, they used these called banyas to wash themselves. And so I had an opportunity to witness what women in my family looked like. And did I ever see a perfect body from very childhood? No. I've seen real women with their folds, with their cellulite, with their imperfect shapes and imperfect thighs, and the belly rolls and the fat rolls and the chicken wings, whatever we call this thing under the arm, right? Like, most women throughout the entire world have those things that you are sitting there being ashamed of, right? And so, you are buying yourself these baggy clothes in black or gray, and you are literally hiding. You are hiding yourself from the world because you are afraid to be seen. You're afraid to be seen, and you desperately want to be seen, but you want to be seen as beautiful. You want to be seen as, you want to be admired. That's the desire of every woman. That's the love goddess within us that is trying to bloom, and you just shoving her down the pipeline, like, nope, sit quiet there. My boyfriend told me you're gonna look like a slut. So, she's trying to come up, but you are not allowing her. And she desperately wants wear beautiful, sexy clothes. She desperately wants to wear the high heels and the lingerie. And she wants to be, wear color, not the gray sweatpants, right? So here is another phenomenon that I actually posted on my Instagram channel recently. Every time I fly to another city, and usually it's like a big airport, And I would walk through the airport, and I'm flying back to Norfolk, so Norfolk airport is rather small. So I walk around the airport like I fly, let's take Miami or LA or whatever. Those are the big cities. And I would go back to my gate, and usually my gate is somewhere really far away and like really like deserted, like nobody's in that wing of the airport at all. And then I would and then I would go to the gate. And so there's such a huge difference, like with people who are waiting in the main gates, kind of in the main section of the airport, and boom, there's Norfolk. And I could see people, like I could identify them from a mile long, because women are wearing these sweatpants and like these there's no sex in that. There's nothing pretty or beautiful. Yes, it's comfortable, but it's ugly as fuck. And I'm sorry I'm cussing, but it is an explicit podcast here. So, and then men, same way. Like, they're camels, like, hello, come on. Enough of that. Like, we don't need any more of that vibe here. Like, let's get civilized. Anyway, my whole point is I can tell a lot about how you dress. I can create my vision of you, and that's your first impression. And your first impression tells others a lot, and it tells others whether they want to continue that relationship with you, or they want to continue knowing you better, or they want to be like, no, not me. I'm completely, like, we all have our own ideas of who we are and what kind of people we interact with, right? So if you dress a certain way, you are communicating to the outside world that I belong to this portion of the world, right? Where other people will see you they judge you, and everyone judges, whether it's good or bad, right? We all judge. And so the way we judge is by looking at your clothes, and that's your first impression. And we can tell, do you belong to this group or community? Do you belong to this group or where, right? So it is important. Not only if you are really looking to step up your game, to up-level your life, to embrace the bigger, better version of you, to start expressing yourself at a higher level. And that includes clothing. That includes accepting your body and start showing it off. And now, yes, there is a rule to how you dress. And yes, we will be talking all about this when we launch the tribe community. I can't wait to start maybe a styling section on the how-to videos. It is important. But the way you express yourself important, and it communicates to the outside world who you are, where you stand, what your worldviews are. It communicates more than you can even imagine. A lot of people will tell who you are simply by looking at you. And what you will also find out is that if you ask, all right, communicate to me who you are, a lot of people will misread you. Oh no, I'm better than that. Oh no, I'm like, and you're gonna be surprised how much of a lower value you communicate to others if you are dressing down, if you're dressing yourself down. You're dressing yourself down, you are putting your shine down, you are hiding from the world because you are afraid to be seen for who you are, because in the past you've been hurt. And it is time to release your traumas of the past and really look at why this thought or this idea is coming up for you. Because you want to move on in life. You want to start feeling beautiful, being sexy, and otherwise you wouldn't be listening to this podcast, correct? So it is very important, and it is time for you to start expressing yourself through your own clothes. Next time you go to the store, you're gonna look for colors. You're gonna look for something that, like Love Goddess, she is passionate, she is shining, she loves colors, and she loves colors because her life is colorful and it's projecting on the outside. She's expressing how she sees the world. So if she sees the world in different colors, if she sees the world as a full expression of herself, she's gonna wear colors. She's gonna wear yellow, she's gonna wear bright pink, she's gonna wear red, she's gonna wear different colors to express on the outside what she feels on the inside. And if you are wearing gray or black, you are expressing to the outside that your inner state is not all that colorful. And sometimes it's okay. And sometimes we all feel like we want to, dress down and hide from the world. And if we are in the mood and it's just temporarily, it is just a temporary thing for us, that's wonderful. But it shouldn't be your ongoing theme, right? You should not be ongoingly in the depressed mood, right? Then something is up, and we need to have a lot of work to do here at the Love Goddess, right, with you. So I want for you to wear colors. I want for you to wear clothing that hugs your body, not hides your body. I want to see that beautiful body of yours that you fallen out of love with, and I want for you to show off what you got and be proud of it. Because you are magic, your inner world is magical, and you just forgot about that, right? And I want for your body to be the temple of that magic that you hold within. And I want for you to express yourself on the outside and shine on the outside, that world that you are developing within yourself through the way you dress, through your clothing style, through what pieces you choose to wear every day. And that is definitely a part of self-love journey, because if you are not tapped and connected to your self-love, you will be trying to hide behind baggy clothes. You will be trying to hide behind gray and black. You will be trying to be invisible. And you, Love Goddess, is not invisible. She is shining star. She is walking into the room and she's bringing her light forward, and she is touching hearts of everyone that she meets outside. And believe me when I say, when you wear a bright pink over black, you'll touch way more people than if you will in black, because they will be turning heads. Who is this woman? Why is she here? Who is she about? I want to know everything about her. Why is she wearing pink? What is so pink and colorful inside of her world? I want to be closer to her. Right? And so we are hosting a workshop on October 17th, kicking off for the next week, where we will go live every day for an hour, and we will explore, forgive, and tap and create the new persona within ourselves, the new woman that will forgive the old woman, will forgive the old trauma, will forgive the all the past hurts, will realize that the only power we have is the power of now. And through the power of now, we know that the future is inevitable. Epic future is inevitable, and it is available for you and everyone else in the room. And we will work through three moments, the past, the now, and the future, to create amazing path for you to follow, to really step into the better version of yourself. And it starts with self-love. And so through those week, 7 days, right? 7 days, we will be able to create this new version of the best you that you forgot existed, that you may have known before, but you got disconnected from her. And it really starts with self-love. Self-love is not self-care. Self-love is not self-care. It's not about having a good hair day. No, self-love is knowing that you deserve your own love, and the love that you are seeking on the outside, that woman I was just talking about who is still living by the judgments of her mother or her father or her boyfriend, for wearing short skirt when she was a teenager. Now she's 40 and she still has not overcome this idea that she should not wear skirts, even though she really wants to, because she would look like a slut, right? And even though she really wants to, she blocks herself. Nope, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna not look. So she created that idea within herself, and now she's blocking herself to go there, right? But that is simply because she thinks that if she wears something else other than, she's gonna receive the reinforcement of, no, you're a good woman, here's my love to you, from someone else, right? What she doesn't understand, that she needs her own love. And if she just gives herself permission to have the skirt and look in the mirror and just love how she looks in that skirt, and fall in love with her looking in the mirror in that skirt, fall in love with herself, that's the only love she needs. That's the only love she needs. But so many women don't go there and don't give themselves permission. And that is what self-love is about. Giving yourself permission to follow your desires instead of being blocked by what other people think. So on October 17th, we're kicking off at 12 Eastern time. Please register. There will be a link here in the description, actually, with the registration link. Please don't miss out. We'll be hosting it on Zoom, so you'll be able to join me. And thank you for tuning in. I hope I have inspired you to go and get something colorful and cheerful and something body hugging for yourself, so you can start your journey towards loving how you look in your clothes and expressing more color through your clothes, and really start falling in love with yourself more and more and more. Thank you, beautiful. Bye.